Karaji. Darkness Flower with a dodge. SS Lost Limb. This guy's a fast team. Don't think I'm going to be beating him with this team. I guess I'll start with Cobbleshell maybe, in case he starts with the Karaji. I started with the Lost Limb. Well, can't be stunned. He'll probably swap me, and that'll bring in Sable. I think I'm cool with that. Let's get let's get Rock Barrage out in case he doesn't swap me. He's gonna go for the stun, isn't he? Let me think. Maybe I just send Call Darkness. Okay, there's a stun. So we can finally get Clone Dance rolling. I wonder what kind of team would do well versus this guy. Don't think I'll be winning with this team. Okay, so he's probably going to go for dodge. Maybe he'll just send Call Darkness. I'll go for Cyclone. He should just go for Darkness. There isn't really anything I could do here that he should be worried about dodging. Okay. Let's bring in Sable. Try to get some Clone Dance action. I have Resilience for one more turn, so he can't stun me. But he could try to Death Grip me. Yeah, dodging was not the correct play. Don't know if it'll cost him the game, but that does help me, for sure. Now I wonder, is he going to go for Sandstorm, or is he going to try to stun me? I think he's just going to go for Sandstorm, so I'll go for Call Darkness. It's risky for him to go for the... Oh, he missed his stun. That's very helpful. I think Sandstorm would have been better regardless, because if I swapped to the Cobbleshell, then that would have missed anyways, but that definitely helps me out. So who do I eat? Who do I eat the Sandstorm with? Probably Cobbleshell. I mean, he's the tankiest. We have Uncanny Luck right now, so I could go for decent Rock Barrage, probably. I think it's at least worth getting the dot rolling. I missed two 10%. It's unfortunate. I'll go for the stone form here before he hits me with Call Darkness. Even if he goes for Call Darkness, I think I'll still be full HP after I'm done healing. Because, like, how much does it do each turn? Like 800? Still 400 each turn. He could try to Death Grip me. Can't stun me. That's fine. I'm full HP now on Cobbleshell. And his Karaji's almost dead. He'll probably go for Bash, which could miss, but probably won't. Let me see here. I think he's going to try to stun me, so I'll bring Cobbleshell back in. Do I go for Toxic Smoke first, or Rock Barrage? I'm going to go for Toxic Smoke. He might swap in his Karaji, and then Toxic Smoke will kill him. Nice. The only reason I'm even still in this game is that blackout kick missed. That's a tough team. Don't think I'm going to get away with playing fun teams versus that. I think I'll start by looking at some of my better teams that aren't like super tier 1. So Bone Serpent's alright versus the Karaji. Thinking about how this team would play out. So we started with that Undead. If I start with the Fell Afflicted Skyfin, oh, I forgot what breed his Ebon Wing Moth was. I don't think it was the Power. Wasn't it the HB? That would be 240 speed. No matter what breed he is still going to be slower than my Fell Afflicted Skyfin, so I can... Fully? 240... Yeah, my Skyfin's just barely faster than his Ebon Wing Moth. So... I can get a lot of work done with my Skyfin while I still have my Flying Racial. I feel like this team might beat him, but I'm not confident. The pet that I'm thinking is probably my best bet is the Sunglow Cobra. Because he's faster than the Karaji, but it's a speed tie versus... It's a speed tie versus the Undead. This team is very fast. He's a 341 speed Undead. Karaji's 325 speed, and then the Flyer. This team probably has a chance to beat him, but I'm not like guaranteed or anything. Spectral Raven SS is pretty good versus Karaji, and it's faster than his Undead. Trembler is gonna be decent. For soaking sandstorms and darkness. We've got Sable. I see I'm going for Rock Barrage here. We could try to beat him with Sable again, but Sable seems like kind of a bit of a weak link versus his team, because his whole team's going to be faster than me. I feel better about this team. I have a couple teams that are like designed to counter Karajis. So we could play Tremblor, the Cursed Dune Watcher, and the Cobalt Ram. I think this team will lose because of the 341 speed Undead. Could play... No. No, it's not going to work. MPD's going to be really bad versus the Undead. And not that great versus the SS Karaji. Okay, the Gleamhoof Fawn is good versus the Undead and decent versus the Karaji. Not fantastic. Looking at this team right here. Not fantastic versus the Darkness Bird. But Murgleted's going to be pretty good versus that Karaji. And he hits the Flyer really hard. He's not faster than the Undead, though, which is a little awkward. I think this team might beat him. I kind of like this team better. I think I'll just queue this team. So far, I think this is the most interesting team that I could have a chance versus him with. Maybe I'll try this team next if this team loses. Okay, well, this is a little bit more fun, so hopefully this is what the rest of my night looks like. We got a Dazzling Dance with... Oh, damn, he has a lot of speed, actually. That SS Crow with Dazzling Dance. Okay. Let's start with the Fell-Afflicted Skyfin. And if we swap him, these are both the same HP, so it should bring in the Kunai Runt. If we don't swap him, he's going to get Dazzling Dance up, and then he'll be faster than me, even with my flying racials, so... He probably has strong damage versus me. I don't know if it's worth it to go for Felt Immolate. He could juke, though, so just in case he jukes, I'll go for the Felt Immolate. Oh, he has Howl. That helps me out a lot. We'll definitely swap him, because he's probably about to go for a Moonfang. And I don't know if he's going to go for Deep Freeze. Could try to swap here. Save my flying racial for later. I think I'll just go for Felt Immolate. The Skyfin isn't the best cleanup pet in the world, so I'm not going to do backflips to leave him as my cleanup pet or anything. I'll just kind of get some work done. Let's bring in the Bone Serpent, because strong matchup. And he was about to stun me. So he dodged the stun, but he got a crit. Go for Bone Barrage, and then I'll probably try to save the Bone Serpent for later, because he's pretty good versus the Crow. Although, I could probably kill him here without losing my Undead Racial. So it's... Oh man, 2 crits. Let's save our Bone Serpent for later, because he probably doesn't have AoE. He's bringing in the Crow. I want to save my Bone Serpent for later. But it might not work out. Yeah, when in doubt, just attack. I think it's better to take the Call Darkness on my 5% HP Bone Serpent than my full HP backline pets. So, I'll just pass here. Alright, let me see here. I'll just bring in Snarly. I think I have to, because he's such a bad matchup versus the Crow. If we land both of these Surges, we can kill him before he gets off Dazzling Dance and Howl. And then the Crow hits me very hard, but let's do some math. 740 plus... No, I don't think... If he has Alpha Strike... 740... Unless he crits, I should be able to land Blood in the Water and then go for Surge. Alright. Should be in the clear now. I mean, oh yeah, Darkness is gone. Yeah, we got it. Crow's difficult, though. MPD would be useful versus this team, I think. Probably a little more useful than the Bone Serpent. I mean, I probably could have utilized my Bone Serpent a little better, but I think part of what made that matchup really awkward is he landed 2 crits on my Bone Serpent, and he's already kind of squishy because I'm running the power speed instead of the HH. In that situation, the HH would be better. So for fighting crows, either like a decoy pet or an elemental is going to be my best bet, I think. leaning towards a decoy pet, maybe like the Timeless Mechanical Dragonling. So what about the Fiendish Imp? Fiendish Imp is going to be... alright, not amazing. Would this team be able to beat him? What about that, Karaji team, though? I don't know about the Karaji team. Pretty sure this team will not beat the Karaji team. I guess Arthas isn't the worst matchup versus Karaji's, but Fiendish Imp's pretty bad because Sandstorm blocks his backline healing, and then that 341 speed undead is a problem. I just feel like I'm gonna get that same player again. Maybe not. Let me assume that I don't queue into him, because if I assume that I'm about to queue into him, my teams I can play are pretty limited. Actually. I'm just gonna play a fun team. One that I like queuing, and we'll see how it does. If I start seeing this same team over and over again, then I'll think a little bit more carefully about what I queue, but for now, I want to play the game. What's it called? Degen Hours. One of my go-to teams for 3 a.m. queues. Let's just press Q and see what we get, what we queue into. Queues are pretty hot, at least. That fucking pet is so loud. Okay, Cobbleshell, HP. We got a Robo Clucker and a TMD. I don't have a Decoy Breaker on this team. This is gonna be rough. SS Robo Clucker too. What's he gonna start with, I wonder? I'm gonna start with the Poultrid. Regardless of what he starts with, that should be probably I don't know, if he starts with that Robo Clucker, that'll be a little rough. Because he has strong damage versus me. What do I do about Decoy? I can't break it with Maul, even while he's bleeding. But it's definitely worth sending Whirling Talons to dot up that Cobbleshell in the back line. I shouldn't have any trouble taking out Cobbleshell with this team, as long as I use the Deathwatch Hatchling, or the Poultrid. And he didn't go for Decoy, so I can actually chunk this TMD before he goes for Decoy. I'm not sure why I didn't press Decoy right away. I think my best bet will probably be to sacrifice the Poultrid to eat the Time Bomb, because I probably won't be able to blind that Time Bomb. But these two, these two might be able to... Oh, I see what he's doing. He's going to try to swap me whenever that Time Bomb's about to go off. Can't do much about it. That's a deadly combo. So he's going to use the swap on me and force my Deathwatch Hatchling to eat the Time Bomb. About all I can do is juke into my Deathwatch and then eat it with the Nightshade. Which I'm going to do. Because my Nightshade's kind of... Oh, I forgot. It brings in the lowest health pet. It's not Nethergate. Yeah, that worked out fine. I would rather eat it on the Poultrid, I think. Alright, let's see here. I think we want to bring in the Deathwatch. Do I go for Leap, 258? Wood Chipper. Let's get the dot rolling. I'm assuming he has laser. Lock on would be a weird choice. Yeah, I think he has laser. Which means this is kind of a awkward matchup for my for my Nightshade Sproutling, because he's faster, and I can't blind him. My Deathwatch Hatchling's taking strong damage from that. Toxic Smoke. But Cobbleshell's dead. I think we definitely want to stun him. Could bleed him first. Nah, let's just send the stun. But then, do I go for Leap, or do I go for Wood Chipper? Oh, I'm already faster than him. What if he brings in the Robo Clucker? He might bring in that Robo Clucker. I'm going to go for Leap. Nope. Okay, how much damage is my Leap doing? I think it's more than his mechanical racial, right? 288. Please don't have Armageddon. Okay. I still don't know if he has Decoy or Armageddon. If he had Armageddon, he felt like Time Bomb was more valuable. What do I think? Leap or Wood Chipper is the move here? I think Leap is better. Take out that mechanical racial and then speed boost. Alright, close one. We ended up not really needing the Nightshade Sproutling. Alright, yeah, I think that's 3 good games. I've been making my videos too long. I think five games is too much. So, I'm gonna call it a 3. I feel like it makes the videos a little more palatable to just go for 3 wins instead of 5. Let me know your comments if you prefer the longer videos. I'll try to go for long videos in the future, but I think those are 3 decent games. I'll call it for the video and queue some more, and then I'll see you on the next one. But if you prefer the typical 5 games for, per video, let me know, and I'll go back to trying to make 5 game videos. It's just a lot of the time I'll get like 3 or 4 great videos, or 3 or 4 great games, and then I'll just end up sitting like 10 minutes, or I'll queue into like Triple Sunlight or something, and then I end up ditching the video because it's kind of, I don't know, it kind of sours the taste of the video, I feel like, to just queue into troll teams. I guess I could just get over it, but it's easier for me to make daily videos if I can just go for 3 wins instead of 5. I mean, the teams I'm queuing into aren't particularly easy to beat. Like that first game I should have lost, for sure. It was largely him missing that 10% stun that gave me a chance. If I were to try to counter him, that Karaji Darkness Bird with a dodge, the Ebonwing Moth and the Lost Limb, probably need to play some sort of a Sandstorm team. Or like a tier team of some sort, like I think the Gleamhoof Fawn is a decent option versus him. This team can probably beat him, but it's not the kind of team that I'm super excited about playing either. Don't think this team would beat him because of the undead. It's hard to say. Probably not. Typically, I would like the Cobra versus the Karaji, but he's not going to be all that great versus the undead because of the speed tie. MPD is really bad versus the undead. I could probably beat him with this team, but I'll have to think about it. If I see that team again, I'll try theory crafting some sort of a counter. But Karaji's just a really tough pet to beat. There's very few pets that do well versus him. Murgleton's one of them for sure. He's really good. Gleamhoof Fawn's okay, but he does weak damage to him. I wish there was, like... I wish the Gleamhoof Fawn had something besides critter damage available instead of Stampede. Like, ideally, undead damage would be great. Then he'd be almost a perfect counter for the Karashi. But yeah, I'm gonna quit rambling. Call it for now, and I'll queue some more later, so let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you on the next one.